if you are struggling to turn your passion into a location-independent business and then tie that all together with your values and your purpose, then you are in the right place. Because in today's video, I am sharing with you the exact process that I used to identify a passion that I could monetize and then tie that all together with the overarching value and purpose of my life. What I am about to share with you today has worked for me. I have been successfully running my location-independent business as a freelance travel and digital marketing writer for the last 4 years. It has allowed me to travel to over 30 countries and work with incredible brands like Neil Patel, Skyscanner, as well as Reunion Island Tourism. And this process has also helped me expand my business in recent years. I am now running retreats in South Africa, and I'm also teaching other women how to start a location-independent business with my signature course, Road to Remote. And in today's video, I am going to share with you a small part of what is in the course. It's the process that I teach my students to help them identify their big why and create a freedom-based business that is fueled by passion and purpose. So if that sounds like something you want to know more about, let's get into the video. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with identifying your big why. Now, your big why is basically your reason for starting this location-independent business, and it is crucial that you have this why, because when shit gets tough, when shit hits that fan, you need to have this why with you so that you can look at it, remind yourself why you are on this journey, and that you can push through those difficult times. Because there are going to be difficult times, because no journey is like a straight line, growing up. We all know that life is like this. We have our ups, we have our downs, and when shit is not going great, we need to have a strong enough reason to keep pushing forward. So the first question that I want you to answer in your journals or in your head, however you want to answer this, is what is my reason for starting this location-independent business? Why am I doing it? And what I'm looking for in an answer around this is a lot of emotion. You need to have a lot of emotional weight tied to this answer, because you need to have a strong emotional connection to it. So when shit gets tough, that is going to pull you through. So you really want to dig deep. I would recommend maybe even writing 2 journal pages of this so that you can really get to the core of why you are starting this business and that you get past that surface level fluff. The second question is, what change do you want to see in the world? What is the purpose of this business that you want to create? What problem do you want to solve? How do you want to see the world change for the better? So when I did this exercise, my answer was I wanted other women to have the same location independence and time freedom that I enjoy, because I truly believe that the world will be a better place where we live in a world where remote work and location independence is the norm, and it is not something that only a few select have access to. And then the third question is, what topic or problem do you give a shit about? So some of the things that I wrote down when I did this exercise a few years ago was I care about sustainability because I'm passionate about looking after the environment and making ethical choices, which is going to benefit all the creatures on the planet. And I'm also passionate about location independence, like I mentioned earlier, because I really give a shit about helping other women achieve this freedom in their lives so that they can have this time and location independence freedom, but also financial freedom. I really enjoy uplifting women and helping them, whether it's with their business or even with something like their confidence. So once you have written down those answers, I then want you to go read back over what you have written and highlight any common words, phrases, or themes that have come up for you. So when I did this exercise, the common things that came up for me were freedom, location independence, and travel. So you want to pick the one that means the most to you, has the most emotional connection to you, or you see the most correlation to it in your life. So for me, it was the word freedom. And looking back on my life in hindsight, I can see that I've had this value of freedom for basically almost my whole life before I even realized that it really was the driving value of my life. So for example, I quit my job as a social media manager because that company would not give me the freedom to work from one of their other offices around the world. And if we look at my dating life, I will break up or I will not date someone that tries to control how much I travel, like if they dislike how much I travel. And then lastly, I also just value not having a salary cap anymore. I value the freedom of being able to make as much money as I want and not getting the same salary every single month. With, yes, that comes with pros and cons, because I don't have the security of the same amount every single month technically, but I also like the fact that I can go from having like a 40,000 rand month to a 60k a month or 100,000 rand month, and and that's all on me. I have the freedom to do that. I'm not like stuck on a 30,000 rand salary and then I have to wait for someone to bless me with a raise. And that is essentially what you are looking for with these questions, with these exercises. You are looking for this overarching theme, this overarching value that is going to tie into the next section, which is finding your purpose. If you are feeling lost and uncertain and you're not really sure, what is your purpose in life? Like, what should you actually be creating a business around? Like, maybe you just have so many skills, or you only have so few skills and you're just not really sure how that all fits together and what you're supposed to be doing. This next exercise is really going to be such a game changer for you. It helped me so much. I remember when I first did this and I completed it, I felt like I had such a breakthrough moment. So I'm hoping that you guys are also going to experience the same thing. And what I am talking about is Ikigai. So Ikigai is a Japanese technique which can help you basically identify that intersection between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. And I will admit that I am giving you an extremely brief, watered down version of Ikigai. If you really want to dive more into it, I would highly recommend that you watch Kelly Morita's channel. She was one of my business besties. We did a whole group coaching course together, and she's actually developed an entire course around the concept of Ikigai, and she goes so in depth with it. Go check out her channel. I will link to it in the description below. But anyway, back to the video. So there are 4 questions that you want to ask yourself. The first question is, what do I love? So what this question is basically asking you to do is list things like your hobbies or things that you just enjoy doing that put you into a state of flow, where you kind of lose track of time because you're enjoying it so much. And the second question is, what am I good at? So what this question is asking you to do is basically list all the skills that you really thrive at. So this can be stuff that you do in your job as well as in your personal life. So for example, you could write things like, I am really good at writing, I'm really good at SEO, digital marketing, social media strategy, I'm really good at organizing things, planning things, I'm good at fixing cars. I don't know, things like that, which are skills that you are really good at, and you're good at them because you either have the results to back it up, or maybe people have told you how good you are at doing those things. And the third question is, what does the world need from me? And this is asking you to basically dive deep into what problem in the world do you solve, or can you solve, or that you're passionate about solving. What does the world need from you? And then the fourth and final question is, what is the world willing to pay for? And this is basically the market for your skills. So for example, let's say you put down the skill gardening. You really love gardening and you feel like the world needs more landscapers. But if no one is willing to pay for that service, like if no one gives a shit about having a beautiful garden, then there is no market for a landscaper, and then you would need to look at something else on your list. So just to give you an example about how this all played out for me, this is what I wrote down. So for the first question, I wrote down that I love photography, I love writing, and I love traveling. Then for the second question about what am I good at, my skills, I wrote down that I have mad skills when it comes to SEO, when it comes to writing content, especially if someone wants something with a little bit more humor or wit to it, and I am very good at digital marketing. Then for the third question, what does the world need more of? Like, what problem can I solve? I said the world needs more stories. It needs more content, because content marketing is such a huge thing. I know that the world definitely needs more of that. And then for the fourth and final question, which is what can I get paid for? I wrote that I could get paid for social media marketing, content marketing, and content writing. So when I completed this whole Ikigai exercise, it all kind of converged around writing, right? Because I love writing, I'm very good at writing, the world needs writers, and I can make money from writing. And that is my Ikigai. And it ties in beautifully to my value of freedom, because I can write from anywhere. I can write my articles from Bali or from South Africa. I now have the freedom to work from anywhere and travel as much as I want and create this location independent lifestyle. So as you can see, all these things have kind of worked together, and I have created a location independent business around my passion, my purpose, and my values. And that is something I hope that you guys can also achieve and have for yourselves, because it really is so freaking fantastic to be able to do something that I am passionate about and feeds into my purpose and ties into my values. And if you have any questions about what we have spoken about in today's video, be sure to leave a comment down below and I will do my best to answer it, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. This is my handle over here. And yeah, make sure that you have turned on those bell notifications and subscribed, because in my next video, well, the next video is going to be the fourth and final video of this series. We are going to be taking a much deeper dive into your skill set and looking at the different ways that you can make money from it. But while that video is busy getting filmed and edited, you can binge watch a few of my older videos like this one and this one here. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will check you in the next one. Cheers!
Baby.